Shalom, welcome to Rob on the Rock. I'm Rob Van Hoff, and today we're going to look at Parashat HaAzinu from a little fragment from Cave 1 at Qumran. You can see it here, very dark colored, hard to discern the ink from the leather. You see how those in charge of preserving it glued it onto this little piece of fabric to make sure it wouldn't fall apart any further. And here you see a high-res, the special photography to be able to differentiate the ink from the page, which is really nice because it helps us see what this text actually is. And what we're going to look at here, I've got a little translation taken from, I think this is the ESV, Deuteronomy 32, which is the Ha'azinu, the opening line, give ear, it says. But we're looking just at verses 19 and 20. So Deuteronomy 32, 19 and 20. Adonai saw and spurned them, and he spurned them because of the provocation of his sons and his daughters. So it's, and his daughters is the really identifiable section here, we'll see. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end will be, for they are perverse generation, children, or literally banim, sons, in whom is no faithfulness. So what we see here on our fragment, as I'll show you, we just see what I have in bold and what I've underlined here, and his daughters, and then children in whom is no faithfulness. So let's go back up here and we'll look at the special image. Now the line here is, and his daughters, and then we see no faithfulness in them. So I know it's hard to see, but we'll go little by little here, and I'll zoom in and we'll be able to discern it, I think, a little better. Here, I'll write it above. First, we have Vav, Bet, Nun, Vav, Tav, probably a Yod, and then a Vav. So I'll trace it out here. Ubinotav, and his daughters. That's what this is here. I'll write it up above. Which means the little bit before it probably is banav, but it's really hard to see with this particular photograph. And his daughters. And what's really helpful is the next line really helps us seal the deal that this is a fragment from Deuteronomy 32. We see our beautiful lamed here and an aleph. That's our word lo. Another aleph. Mem. Nun. Now we can't see the bottom of that nun. It's possible that it's long and it's broken off. You can see kind of the tear here. So in my opinion, it probably is a nun sofit that goes down, although it's missing. And then we have a bet, and then another mem sofit. And then if you look over here to the right, another mem sofit. So this helps us, these two lines together, the Benotav, his daughters, and then the Lo Emunbam that we see here, helps us really seal the deal that this is indeed a verse from Deuteronomy 32. And if we were to backtrack this would be Banim. Banim Lo Emunbam. And now the Masoretic Text would put a holem here, Lo, and I think it's a tsere, so it's Emun, like that, Bam. And there'd be a dogation in the bet here. Lo emun bam. No emun. Emun is just the short form of emunah, meaning faith. There is no emunah. There is no emun in them, children in whom there is no faith. So if I erase that, you probably see it a little better here. But one of the things you can see how with this infrared photography and careful knowledge of the Hebrew text, that's how these verses are discernible as being something other than just scribble. So these are actually words from the Torah. As far as I could see on this tiny little manuscript, the only difference between the consonants here and the consonants of the Masoretic text is we have u, benotav, and it's just this holum here. My vav there doesn't look very good. Here we go, vav. This vav in the Masoretic text is not present. They just have a holum here. So the Masoretic text would look like this. It has a holum. But the vocalization, how it sounds out in the air, is going to be the same. And then I was also happy to see that we have the lo, but we don't have the helping holum here for lo. That we see that in many Qumran Torah fragments. And then even the word emun is spelled what we call chaser, or defectively. There's no u, no vowel there inserted. So here we go. This is lo emun bam, and sons in whom there is no emun, no faith. And of course, Deuteronomy 32 is all about God's sons, Israel. And the parallel is with Isaiah 1, where Isaiah pulls off the Ha'azinu. And if you go and read Isaiah chapter 1, you see several places where the prophet draws from this famous and beautiful but very difficult song that Moses was commanded to give to Israel. And one of the things that Isaiah says in chapter 1 is, I have raised up sons, but they don't understand. Israel does not understand. And he likens them to, they're worse than animals. So Israel without faith are worse than animals. It says that, the donkey knows its master, etc., or where its food trough. But Israel does not understand. My people don't understand. They don't know. Now I'm paraphrasing here. You need to go and read Isaiah 1. But you'll see the parallels between the Ha'azinu and how the great prophet Yeshayahu opens his book. So there are a lot of other interesting things in the Dead Sea Scrolls pertaining to Deuteronomy 32, but they require much more nuanced attention and careful explanation and comparison. So for this recording on Parashat Ha'azinu, I wanted to limit just to this single passage here. As you can see, Deuteronomy 32, 19 through 20, and thankfully to that high-res special photography, we are able to read these tiny little fragments that otherwise would be unavailable to us. Shalom.